Hey guys, I just got something in the mail. This is Garbage Pail Kid related. Happens to be a little birthday present from one of our members, so I definitely wanted to share it here, of course. I got these lens out because that's related to what's in here. Got those out and some other stuff. But yeah, let's see what this is. So I'm going to say his name. I don't normally do this, but he does sell these. And so just, throwing back some action. This is from Jeremy Dennis. Now, I don't want to show his address. I don't want to dox him on the internet. Hold on one second. I don't even know where the address is. Okay, right here. So I'll cover up his. I'll dox myself, though. Yeah, if you want to send some stuff, there's my address. Yeah, I just turned 50 last week, whenever it was. Crazy. I always assumed I would quit right when I turned 50. One of my good friends did. He quit the day he turned 50, and he turned off his Facebook. He is on Instagram. Actually, you don't know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I always assumed I would just quit the day I turned 50, but no, I'm okay. I'll tell you what I'm doing long term is, next year is the 40th anniversary of Cheap Toys. Cheap Toys were made in 1986, and so for 2026, that's the 40th anniversary of Cheap Toys, and so I'm not going to miss next year, so I still will be around, and I'll turn 51 that year, and I'll be the weirdo collecting this stuff in my 50s. Anyway, wow, look at this. I love how this is packaged. I love the care. It makes me care about like what's inside. I'm going to have to snip this. Little burlap cordage there. Yeah, I love the care that went into making this. So if you want to reach out to Jeremy, he's one of our members of the group. I'll tell you what I like about Jeremy and people like him who make stuff like bootleg stuff, and I'm one of those people as well, if you didn't know, is he posts stuff. He doesn't just post things he's selling, he's also posts things he collects. So he's not just always in salesman mode. Here it is. Yeah, these have been floating around for a little while from him. And everyone that I've seen that bought one of these, I believe they were $10. Sorry if I got that wrong, but I think they were like $10 a piece. Loved them. And I'm going to take this out and we're going to look at this up close. Now, I believe he said this is a screen print. I know a little bit about screen printing. Give me one second. It's like Fort Knox getting in this thing. But nice. It was a nice experience, when you do all this stuff, you put happy birthday, you put all this tape, you put all this stuff. Even though, like our friend Randall says, the carbon footprint's not the best, but still, it was a great experience. Really opening it had sort of a birthday present vibe to it. But yeah, let's take this out. Try not to get it all printed up. Notice it's a 4 of 10. We call those additions in printmaking. Yeah, I can tell pretty quickly it's definitely a screen print. He probably used some sort of photographic emulsion, like a light sensitive emulsion. Basically what you do is you take a photograph. Man, that completely disappeared. Let's see if it's identical. Yeah, it's a photographic screen print. So what you do is you basically take a picture of this, like a good picture. You would do high contrast black and white. So you basically would turn this into a black and white. And on your screen, there's a big, like a screen. There's a type of light sensitive ink that you put on it. And basically what you turn out with is a lot of times you turn out with a negative, but this one's definitely a positive. See how the white spots turned out white, basically, or light color. So he did the positive one, but you can also do the negative one, where basically Lynn would have been black colored and the wall would have been white. But anyway, very cool. This is not an easy process, and it does take some money there and definitely time. And so you're getting value there. Notice there's some sparkles on it. That's probably unnecessary, but that's him. That's what he wants to do. So there it is. Not sure what that word says there. Yeah, so thank you for that. I thought we could look at a few Lyns if you have a minute. I was going to talk a little bit about this character. A point I've made many times is, you know, when you think about Garbage Pail Kids, we're parroting a doll line. You know, dolls or toys. You know, you think about Cabbage Patch Kids, they're toys, right? They're something you can hold in your arms. No, I don't do that. But so if you think about it, doesn't it make more sense that Garbage Pail Kids probably should have been a toy line? And if that's too hard to swallow, think about this. What if then we could say, well, you know, things like cheap toys, you're kind of seeing them in, you know, 3-dimension, right? They kind of come to life, you know. So when you're looking at, you know, 3-dimensional objects, there's something about them. You know, people ask me why I love these so much. Well, there's many reasons, but I don't know. There's something about, you know, the 3-dimensional aspect of it. But anyway, with Lyn, you know, she's naked. You know, she's our naked character. So if you haven't thought about that, you know, she doesn't have any clothes on except for the diaper, but she's struggling to hold up, and she's waving at us, which I always found very endearing. As Pound put it, you know, Garbage Pail Kids should be cute. So if you notice, you know, Pounds always has a cute element to it, whereas some of the newer artists have kind of gotten away from some of that, and they've made ugly on ugly. Garbage Pail Kids aren't supposed to be ugly on ugly or gross on gross. They're supposed to be gross on cute or gross on pretty, or, you know, there's a dichotomy there. But anyway, again, what I love about this character is just, she's kind of, it's almost like she's flirting, man, especially with the cheap toy. Let's look at one that we can actually see the detail in. I mean, if you're Caucasian like me, she's naked, man. This is basically a naked little girl. But I've always loved it. And there's something about her little foot that's flipped up. You know, she's kind of doing a little curtsy. I think that's the word. Is it curtsy or something? Where you do like a little pose to, like a little flirty pose. But anyway, I don't know what it's called. Very cool. But yeah, I love Lyn's. It's my favorite cheap toy sculpt. For one thing, it's the only one that has a stand on it. Reminds me of Army Men, right? Remember playing with Army Men? Yeah, I played a lot with Army Men. I was very psychotic with my toys. I would burn them. I'd set up like Dollaramas of Army Men and then set them on fire. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, very cool. Not sure where I'm going with this, but thank you. Yeah, I love Thin Lyn, mainly as a cheap toy. You know, the card, you know, it's not, I don't even think it breaks the top 15 of the, you know, first series, for example. You know, she's not even the cutest girl in the apartment building, but still, as a cheap toy, you know, definitely my favorite sculpt. Oh, let me show you one that you guys can really look for and find it pretty, you know, I have to do a little digging. This is such an underrated one. This is the neon red. Man, you can see her, she glows in your hand, and she does. She glows in real life. It has fluorescent in the vinyl there. But yeah, man, thank you to Jeremy Dennis one more time. If you want to purchase one of these, I think these are sold out, but he's still making them. Yeah, you got to support some of these guys. And for me, I like to support the ones, listen, I like to support the ones that they're not always in salesman mode. That's what annoys me so much, is that these guys, anytime they post, they're constantly trying to sell you something. You know, of course, he has his sales posts, but he also has the ones where he's just a collector. He's just like one of us. You know, he's not, that shit just bugs the fuck out of me. And those people, by the way, when I get to a certain number in our group, like member number, I'm going to actually ban the salesman. I don't want him in here. Now, people like, you know, Jeremy, who is an actual collector and he posts that stuff, yeah, I welcome these people with open arms, but the salesmen only, they gotta go. They're trash, honestly. And I've called a few of them out, and they know who they are. So your days are numbered. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that. I don't want to go through all these. We've seen a million times. But yeah, I've got the Almanac coming in this week. My interview's in the Almanac, so that's interesting. I don't even remember what I wrote. It was over a year ago, so we'll see what that was or is. Yeah, you guys have a good week and invite your friends to our group. We want to post collectibles, particularly rare collectibles. Not everything has to be a salesman post. My God, please, do you have anything worth showing? Do share. And you don't have to put a price on it. Just show it. Make videos, live streams. All you do is you literally click live. It's the easiest thing in the world. Just when you go to post something, go down the little menu and push live. Just like I'm doing, just sit here, hold your phone out and show us something cool. Just anything. You guys got to have some cool stuff in your collection. I know you do. Yeah, that's the stuff I kind of like. But that's because I'm 50. You know, I've seen this stuff every day for pretty much my entire life. And so, you know, I'm kind of to the point, I just want to see some cool stuff, you know. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you again one more time, Jeremy Dennis, for the thin lens screen print. I bet that was really fun to make. Yeah, definitely support guys like this. And I'll see you guys around, okay? And Russ Fan out.